What's happening, everybody? I'm back with the Subaru WRX, 2012 WRX. I got the front bumper off, as you can see, and that is to work on the headlights. Now, the headlights worked just fine. I've got aftermarket headlights, except the low beams didn't come on. I spent a lot of time troubleshooting it. Finally figured out there were no drivers, no halogen or xenon ballasts, which I'm guessing the previous owner removed because you can sell them on eBay for a couple $100. So rather than try and buy new ballast and spend a fair amount of money, I'm going to try and convert them to LED. And I also bought some LED fog lights because those were all busted up. So we're gonna throw those in too. Let's do it. So first off, here's the old fog light. As you can see, cracked right up, abused, no bulb in it. And here's a new one, exactly the same. Takes a while to make sure you're buying the right one, but I got these off Amazon very affordably. And they come with LED bulbs already in them. So we're gonna install those next. Here we've got the bumper off the WRX. This is the back side of it, and you can see right here is where the fog lights go. There's clips. They've got a couple bolt holes on the side, and those go on the inside with the bolt holes there. And it just kind of pops into place magically. I already broke it. What are you gonna do? But it's in place. Now we're gonna bolt it down. I'm gonna remove the bolts from the old one, and it's just 2 bolts on the inside to hold it in. It has clips on the other side. You wanna be gentle with them. I just hammered it in and broke one of the clips. That's my specialty, breaking plastic parts on body panels. And we've got 10 mil bolts here. So you just tighten these down, we're good to go. Then we'll put the other fog light in and we'll try not to break it. All right, now we're putting the other side in. I'm gonna try to not break this one. It's that clip there that I broke. So I'm gonna be more gentle when I push this one in. There we go, pretty good. And you could conceivably do this job with the bumper still on the car, but it's pretty easy to take the front bumper off, and I think it's worth the trouble. Okay, there you go. We got our fog lights installed on the front bumper, and you can see they come preloaded with an H11 LED bulb in them. It's just a 2-prong connector, so we're gonna put the bumper back on and hook these up. But first, we're gonna convert our aftermarket headlights with the low beam is a xenon bulb currently, but we don't have the drivers for it, so we're gonna try and convert those to LED. Let's see if we can make that work. Okay. Here's our aftermarket headlight. If you buy a headlight like this off of eBay or from some supplier, they're going to come with a piece missing, and that piece is on the bottom. And that here is where your xenon driver should go for the xenon bulb. So you have to hook that up and wire it yourself. The xenon bulb hooks in with these 2 retainer spring clips right there. And that's the bulb. So it's roughly the same shape and size as a low beam LED bulb. I'm going to hook that in there, and then here's the wiring harness, which is supposed to go to the driver. I'm going to cut the wiring harness off and hook on a low beam LED wiring harness, and see if I can turn this into an LED headlight without having to spend a couple $100 on the driver. So first step here is I've got my LED lights that I bought. You can see they are H11, which is a low beam. If I open them up and I drop the bulb, it doesn't break because it's an LED. So that's great, it works out well for me. Here's my LED bulb, H11. It is not the same connector as the low beam connector here, because this one on the headlight is meant to go to the driver, and then there's a separate wiring harness to the low beam. I have bought, right here, an H11 wiring harness. So this will plug into the H11, and then I will cut this connector off and wire this in there, and I think it's just 12 volts straight through. Everything should work fine. First thing we're going to do is see if we can fit the H11 in where the xenon was supposed to go. It fits pretty well, and I think I can wedge this in with some duct tape or something like that. So I'm going to do that first. You can see there I can only get one of the spring retainer clips in, but it's in pretty good. That's not going anywhere, so I'm going to call that good. Next, I'm going to take my connector here, strip the insulation off, And I'm going to connect this there. There we go. So now I've got my pigtail on my LED headlight. And I am going to wire that. I'm going to cut off the connector and connect these. I'm going to cut it right there in case I need to ever use this again. I've got a little wire to work with. And I'll strip these bad boys out. You need to figure out which is positive and which is negative here. So I'll ring those out with the multimeter and then I'll hook them up. Okay, it's all wired up. You run the wires out the bottom, that way you can put the cover on the back when you're done and the wires are in the way. I've just got them wire nutted for now because I want to plug this in and test it to make sure it all works. Let's go find out. I threw the headlight back in place. I've just got the top bolt holding it in just so I can test it, and then come around the back. Here's the wiring harness here, the main wiring harness. That's the one we're gonna hook up and then we'll test it. Let's go. It works. Look at that. We got a low beam for the first time. Been a minute. You can see that one works. This one's doing nothing. That is an LED conversion for your Subaru headlight. Now we'll do, you can see the left one works, or the passenger side works, the driver's side doesn't. We're gonna do the driver's side headlight next, then we're gonna put the bumper back on. All right, I got both the headlights done, back in, and you can see they're both working. It's hard to see because it's daylight, but I've got low beams on both sides, and we very affordably converted them to LED bulbs. So it worked, we're thrilled. All right, next we're gonna throw the bumper back on, hook up the wiring harnesses for the fog lights, which are dangling down there, and then we'll check to see that our fog lights are working. And now to hook up the fog light harnesses, I go through the side vents here in front of the wheels, and it's this here just plugs into the bulb right there. And there's the WRX with working low beams and new LED fog lights. Did that whole conversion for, I don't know, 65 bucks. That's buying new LED headlights, that's buying new LED fog lights and LED bulbs and wiring harnesses to convert the low beams to LED. Getting close to being a daily driver.